Good morning. Welcome to How Do I with Quality Sewing and Vacuum. I'm Robin Coffin, General Manager with Quality Sewing, and I'm going to share with you the Miyako bags. The pattern booklet comes with directions for 3 different style bags. Along with the booklet, we have the different handles. The handles come in a variety of colors, and so let's get started. The first bag I'd like to show you is the Ferroski. It is the most basic, but it makes a great carry-all, and it is basically just a square of fabric. So you can use either a single piece of fabric, you can just have 2 pieces that you sew together, or you can take something that you have at home, like maybe a scarf. So I've got this scarf. I'm going to fold it in half, lay it up here on my table, and first thing we're going to do is go in about 12 inches on the corner and tie a knot. We'll go to the opposite corner and tie a knot about 12 inches in. And then we're going to flip those knots inside the bag and attach our handle to the opposite corners. To put the handles on, you're going to go from the back to the front, pull up about 8 inches, wrap it to the back, tuck it back down in the other side, and then tuck that tail between the handle and the loop on the back and pull it tight. And the bag strap is on. Then we're going to go to the other side. I'm going to come in a little closer to this side and repeat on the other side. All right,
so we can show you.
So from the back, wrap it around, tuck it in the front, and then pull it down and tight. And you have a bag, simple as that. Great for groceries, a little carry-all, maybe going to the beach, lots of fun things. The other style is the Osaka bag. For the Osaka bag, it's a little bit larger, has a little bit more shape, and a little more secure for carrying your items. You have this one or this one. And they're all reversible. You can just flip it inside out if you need a little bit different look. The last style that we have is the origami bag, and that's the one that I'm going to show you how to make. This is the small size of the origami bag. It does come in 2 sizes in the pattern. So this is the small one, and we're going to make the larger one. So I'll set these out of the way. First thing you're going to do for the bag is to cut 2 rectangles of fabric, 24 by 40 inches. Fold them in half lengthwise, and then in half again by the width. Make sure your corners are lined up, that everything's nice and straight. Lay it on your cutting mat, and on the folded side you're going to measure down 8 inches. Set my ruler around the right way. So come down 8 inches is here. I'm going to then line my ruler up at that mark and to the corner. And I'm going to cut that fabric out. So now you have rectangle fabric with a triangle cut out of either end. I'm going to lay that one aside. I'm going to go to the one that is the lining for the bag I'm actually going to make today. You're going to take that, fold it right sides together, matching the center and matching your points. And then you're just going to sew the seam on either side of this. They suggest a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I'm going to back tack. Make sure my fabric's all lined up and stitch my seam. Once I finish this side, I'll turn it around and stitch the other side. So this machine has 1/2 inch markings. There are some feet that you can use that are going to show you more your 1/2 inch seam allowance also. Flip it around and sew the other side. Matching up my points. Backpack. And sew my 1/2 inch seam. Using my thread cutter. It's nice to have these convenience features on our machines. Now, got that one stitched, and I've already stitched the other piece. So what I'll do now is I will take the outside of my bag, right sides together, tuck it down into this one. Oh, first one more thing before I do that. I'm going to use my Kai scissors, and I'm going to clip the corner. That way when I do turn it, I have less bulk. These are my favorite scissors for stitching. So these are the Kai dressmaker shears in the 8-inch size. I'm going to then tuck this down inside, matching my corners. And you can use the OESD point and press tool to make sure your corners are lined up by just tucking that inside to the corner and just tucking it right up nice and firm there. Hold that side, go to the other side, and repeat the same process. Once you've got that done, lay it out, and that was the OESD press tool. And now I'm going to use my Wonder Clips, and I'm going to match up my center points on either side. And then I'm going to lay this out, and I'm going to use my roll and press tool from Clover to make sure that my seams are going to lie flat. So I'm going to press one way and the other side to the other way. Make sure that my seam's lined up, and put a Wonder Clip there just to keep it in place when I stitch it. I can do the same thing on the other side. Press that one the wrong way. Try that again. There we go. I would then take it to the machine and leave about a 6-inch opening. Stitch that in. Once I have that, I'm going to turn it right sides out and top stitch the edge. Once I've done that, I can open my handle, have the red handle to go with my red bag. Actually, we have a little time. I'm going to go ahead and stitch that. So I'm going to start here. Again, use that 1/2-inch seam allowance. Little back tag. And I find it easiest to stitch, so I'm stitching inside. Move my clip down so that I'm centered with my needle down. I can then turn. Seam under there. Again, I can use my point and press tool just to make sure my seam stays nice and flat and doesn't roll over on itself. Stitch right up to my seam allowance, stop needle down, pivot, next side. Again, making sure your seam's nice and lined up. Stop needle down. Almost there.
Now, Robin, some of us are going to need to use a few more pins than you did, correct? Like you need a few more wonder clips than you did?
Or you could certainly pin it, whatever works for you.
I just don't want anyone to feel bad if they needed to use as many clips as I did.
if they used a few more, they wouldn't probably have to stop and adjust quite as much. All right, coming up to the other corner. This time it's quite nice and flat. I didn't have to use my point and press tool. Bring it around here. And now I'm going to sew in just a little bit farther. Leave a nice opening about 6 inches so I can turn, get the back tack, cut my thread. And that's it. Now we're going to come back over here. We're going to use our scissors again. We're going to cut this corner so we don't have all that bulk when we turn it. And you might want to grade it out just a little bit here also. Go to the other corner. Oh, I did turn it over just a little bit. So in a perfect world, we'd probably unpick that and fix it. But for now, we're just going to go ahead. When it's all turned and inside, we're not going to see that. All right, then we're going to go to our opening. And we're going to turn our bag right side out. I like to go around and poke the corners as I go. Put the rest through. My other handle, hiding over here. And then I'm going to tuck my lining inside. I forgot one thing. I got ahead of myself. So I'm going to go back inside. I didn't cut my corner. See how that's not lying flat? It's all bunchy. So I guess it's a good thing I forgot. Now I can show you how to fix that. Go back to that corner. And you're just going to clip down to the corner. Just make sure you don't clip into your stitching line. I'll do that on both sides. So there's one. Oh, where'd the other one go? There it is. And there's the other one. So I'll clip right down to the stitching line. Now when I turn it, everything tucked inside the way it's supposed to. See how nice that's lying now? We took all that pucker out. Next thing we do, we would take it to our ironing board and we would press this nice and flat. That way it lies all smooth when you stitch it. And I've already done that on this one. You can see how nice everything lies with it all trimmed and clipped. And then I can put my handle on. Oh, I already opened it. These are leather handles. It's a nice heavy-duty leather. They're going to hold up, and you'll be able to make lots of different bags and change those out to whatever your occasion is. So again, one more time, I'm going to pull that through, wrap it to the back, tuck it down, making sure it's behind the loop, and then pull it tight. We can go to the other side. Bring it through, wrap it around, back through the front, pull that end down, nice and tight. And there we have the larger size of the origami bag. Now, the first bag I showed you has a different handle style. These both are the wrap, and you pull those nice and tight, and they're really secure. You can put a lot of weight in there and they're not going to slip. The first bag I showed you has a little bit different style. I think we've got a little bit of time, so I'll show you how to do that one. I'll untie it so you can see how this bag is. This bag actually has the most stitching, so I opted not to show you this one in the live how-to. We do have time for the handle. So simply untie that, and you can see this one has pleats, and that's why it's got more structure and it's going to hold more. And then on the handle sides, it's actually got two pieces instead of just the one. So this one, you're simply going to put one side through here, put the other side through here, and tie a knot. Pull through just a little bit more so I have something to work with. I'm going to tie the knot.
Laura said she's going to make a few of these for Christmas gifts, and she's contemplating sewing a pocket in the lining.
I thought about doing that, but I didn't on any of these, but I certainly did think about making a pocket also. Someplace to keep your keys so they're not in the bottom of this big bag. All right, so again, pull it through, pull the other side through, and turn it this way so you can see it a little better. Tie a double knot. So we're going to wrap it around, and then we're going to wrap it again. So we have a nice square knot that's not going to pull out. We can pull that back through and down, and our bag's back together. So you can see how easy that is. You have one or two handles, different colors. You make lots of bags, change it out anytime you want. And that's how do I on the Miyako bags.